Let's talk about what KPIs are and why they're important for Facebook ads in 2019. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And as the title suggests, we want to talk about, what KPIs are on Facebook and why you should care. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more content related to e-commerce. As always, I always drop a lot of value on my videos and hope you tune in. So yeah, let's get to it. So what are KPIs? KPIs are basically key performance indicators. So these are the most important metrics to look at for Facebook ads in your ads manager that will determine your profitability. So it will make sure whether you're losing money or making money on that specific ad set, and when to kill it if it's bad and when to scale it up if it's good. And why should we look at KPIs on Facebook? Well, because as we mentioned, it's going to determine the overall profitability of your ads and your ad sets. And it's going to minimize the risk. As such, you're going to make sure that you're killing off the bad ones in time and scaling up the good ones to make more profitable ad sets, or make more take advantage of the good ad sets. And you'll know basically what to do with the ad sets based on the KPIs that you see, the metrics. And this will determine again whether you look whether to turn off the bad ones with the bad KPI or scale the good ones. So as it's really important to look at these, as we just mentioned, and you'll see why once you have a lot of ad sets running. And once you have about 100 ad sets or 200 ad sets or more running, it'll be important to make sure that you're killing off the bad ones in time, because it'll actually rack up in the amount of ad spend. And then ultimately, if you just look at the bad ones and you don't kill it off, then you're going to be potentially losing a lot of money that is unnecessary. So very important to look at it and kill it when you can and as soon as possible. So anyway, let's go to my dummy ads manager right here. So as you can see, usually when you open the Facebook ads dashboard, you'll see that Facebook has actually some default columns that they give you. They actually have a variety of different ones. So setup, performance, video engagement. But what you want to do is you're going to go to customize columns right here, and then you're going to make your own ultimately, and you're going to use the ones and include the ones that are the most important, and we'll discuss that right now. I actually have a custom one built already, so you can base off yours on mine. So it's going to be custom 2019. So you can see here that even the columns are different, and it doesn't have to be in this particular order, but it's important to have these kind of metrics to look at when it comes to evaluating and analyzing your Facebook ads and your data. So excuse me. So anyway, of course we want to include the ad set name. This is going to be default and delivery. But apart from that, we're going to want to have reach. So this is really important. So it really makes sure that you're knowing how many people you're reaching with your ads. So you can see here the amount of people who saw your ads at least once, blah blah. Impressions, you want to do impressions, the number of times your ads were on screen. So how many people have seen your ad. You want to have your budget, and you want to have the amount spent on your ad. These are pretty much standard for ads, as most of the ad sets will include these, but these are just the standard ones that you have to include. Goes without saying. So the unique ones that we want to really look at is unique click-through rate. And basically in Facebook terms, this is the percentage of people who saw your ad and performed a link click. So this will really determine how captivating your ad is, how much of a scroll stopper it is or something like that. Like how appealing it is to them that they will stop an ad and look at an ad and then click through it. So obviously if you have a low click-through rate, it means that your ad isn't appealing enough, so you can really diagnose the problem here. Trying to make sure that your ad is actually on point and make sure it's appealing and worth stopping and scrolling and clicking through the website and your product link. So we also have unique link clicks right here, which is the number of people who perform the link clicks. So how many people are clicking through So you have people like the percentage of people who are clicking through your link, and then afterwards you have the number of link clicks that are actually performed. So the number of people who are actually clicking through to your website or your product page. So this again is another way to determine whether your ad is actually appealing enough for people to click through it, or your product is good enough. So next we have CPM, which is another really important one, which is cost per 1,000 impressions. This basically means this is the average cost of 1,000 impressions that you get. So every time you reach 1,000 people, how much does it take, how much money you have to spend to reach those 1,000 people? And typically, the more it costs, the more expensive your CPMs are, the less likely that your ad is appealing, because you have to spend more to acquire these 1,000 people, and that means people aren't really interested in your ad, what you have to offer. So you could evaluate then, whether it's the product maybe, or whether your ad is not basically captivating enough for them to click through. So all this right here is going to pertain to your funnel, your sales funnel. So content views is pretty self-explanatory. It's the number of view content attributed to your ads based on information received from the one or more connected Facebook tools. So if you have your pixel connected, which you should have already, if you don't know how to do that, you can just do a quick YouTube search on how to do that. You can actually just paste some kind of code or like some kind of ID into your Shopify backend. So it's really simple. But basically, it will show you how many people have viewed your content. It's kind of similar to link clicks, but it's going to be how many people are viewed your product page as a result of your ad. So you can see right here. So this will determine whether it's going to be a captivating ad or not, whether the product is good or not. And then here, pretty self-explanatory, you're going to have people who've added to cart. So people who've shown interest in your your product that you're offering, and whether they've shown interest and whether the product itself is in demand or not. Typically, if you spend about $5 to $10 and you have no add to cart for, let's say, like 5 to 10 ad sets, then usually they have no demand. It's not going to be it's not a good indicator. It's not a good indicator that it's a good product. And here we have purchases. Pretty self-explanatory again. People who've purchased your product. This is going to be really important as well. Just to track all the purchases and the conversion events that you'll see and gather later on. And I think it's important also to keep it in this particular order, because this is actually in order of the funnel. So basically you have at the top right here the people who visit the website, all the way down to people who've added the cart, and all the way to people who purchased. And you also notice that I don't include initiate checkout here. It's because I don't think it's really that important. As long as people add to cart, typically when people add to cart, they're going to be purchasing as well. And that's something is preventing them from purchasing. Like they're dropping off, maybe they forgot about it, and things like that. But typically, if you're seeing them add to cart, they already have that buying intent and that interest in buying your product. So the next one here is return on ad spend, which I think is one of the more important ones, and debatably the most important one, which is basically return on ad spend. That's what it means. So in Facebook terms, it means the total return on ad spend, hence from purchases. This is based on information received from one or more connected Facebook tools. Yeah, of course, has to be connected to Pixel. But basically, it just means how much are you getting back from the amount of money spent on your ads. So let's say you spent $5 and then you've purchased, someone purchased something in your store that's worth $30. So therefore, your return on ad spend is 6, because you spent $6 and you got $30 back. So it's just a multiplier, 60 divided by 5. So therefore you have a 6 ROAS. So conversion value is the next one, which basically means how much it costs. So from the example before, we just said that if you have a $30 product and you spend $5, it means your conversion value is $30. So obviously the more sales it is, the higher conversion value you'll get. So let's say you have 5 sales from that ad set, each worth $30 for the product, then you're going to have $150 conversion value. So this is basically just how many sales in total you're getting for that particular ad set. So you can really see how effective the ads is, and perform, I guess, accordingly. So you could try improving or the ad sets itself by adding the budget, increasing the budget, or you can duplicate it, or perhaps adding another ad set that's similar to that interest. So last but not least, we'll also have the final one, which is schedule. So it's not that important, but I just like to put it anyway because I kind of want to see when the ad set was run and when it was scheduled for, so I can see how long the ad set has been run. And it's just to give me an idea of how long the ad set has been lasting and whether it's going to be a good one. And typically, if it's promising enough, I would maybe duplicate it again a few more times. To kind of reach more pockets of people within that interest. And yeah, I think that's about it. So again, if you don't know how to customize the columns, we're just going to go to columns here and then press customize columns, and then you can actually sort it out by yourself. So you don't have to do it in this particular order, but if you want to use my layout, my structure, my format, whatever you want to call it, you can actually pause this video right now and you can actually take a look. And then you're going to go into your customized columns and you're just going to go one by one. So let's say you want to do like like delivery. And you're just going to type delivery and then you're just going to tick it and then press apply. You're going to do that for all of your metrics, and then you're going to click apply, and then it should pop out like this. So there you have it. These are the major performance, the key KPIs, that you should really look at for Facebook ads. And that will really help you determine your profitability, whether you're breaking even or not, and really minimize the risk because you're really knowing what you're looking at. And Facebook in itself, like the standard columns, they don't really do a good job with kind of analyzing your data and showing you the correct statistics. So it's going to be really important for you to make sure that you're looking at the right metrics so that you know what to do with them. So yeah, that's about it, and thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe again if you're new here. I do drop a lot of content that are filled with value, and I share as much knowledge as I can. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, of course, and subscribe. And thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.